Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. So I've done a couple of videos about Ebony K. Williams. There's been a lot of videos made about her for things she said in the past. She's irritating. I mean, seriously, she says some things sometimes. Her and that, what's that damn girl name? One with the bang yangs and the nasal, in the stopped up nasal passage voice. That was her damn name. Anyway, I think Cynthia G. Oh Lord mercy. Them two, I swear, they say things and you looking like they can't believe the bullcorn that they're saying. They can't. They're not. I mean, they're getting older. They're not married. You know, if they got kids, they got his baby daddies. But they spew this hate, this evilness. This, I say they do things just for clicks. They gotta do for views because that's how they get paid. I be saying a lot of people on these internet streets be saying things they don't even believe themselves. But anyway, as they say, even a broke clock is right twice a day. And a lot of people upset when the clock is right. When the clock strikes midnight and the pumpkin and the stagecoach turns to a pumpkin, the glass slippers turn back to some old Chuck Taylors that used to buy in the bin in the store. And that dress turns back, into the leggings and the t-shirt that you love to put on in the bonnet. People get upset. But Ebony K. Williams told some truth. And I'm going to get into it. And a lot of people are upset. And we've discussed this before. But I tried to wait to see if she had a reply. She hasn't made a reply yet. I think she might have said this for views too. But what's funny is, again, she told the truth. But I'm gonna explain to you why. So it says, this is from the Griot, right? It says social media erupts over Ebony K. Williams, Mrs. Degree, MRS degree comments. It said Williams advised family-focused college students to prioritize marriage while they're still young. That right there could be the end of the whole doggone me story of the article. She advised family-focused college students. If you're not focused on family, if all you're focused on is getting your degree, making sure you ain't got to depend on no man, and you're gonna get your bachelor's and then your your master's and then your doctorates, and then you're gonna become a practitioner before you think about getting a man, you're not family focused. We don't live on this earth long enough to be one-dimensional. Case in point, trying to have a family, especially women. Ebony K. Williams have already talked about freezing her eggs while she was able to, because the older she gets, it's going to be harder for her to produce eggs until they pretty much can't produce anymore, which will make it harder for her to have children, and she would love to have a family. But from my point of view and the point of view of a lot of men, whose opinion should matter if that's who you're trying to get married to and have a family with, she has a terrible stank attitude. And we look at that like, man, we ain't trying to deal with that on a daily basis. We don't give a damn if you don't think we're perfect or not, or we don't pay, we just not the man you want. It don't matter. We don't want to deal with that every day. And then we get married to you. And in this country, if we want to try to, dip and get a divorce, we got to, give up so much and start back on the street. And you get half of everything plus some. It's like a lot of dudes are like, man, we ain't trying to deal with that. You feel me? But again, family-focused college students should prioritize marriage while they're still young. I've told you that I went to my oldest daughter's graduation, college degree, got graduation, and told y'all about the family, the 3 generations I saw sitting next to us, and the young kids that were in college going to their sister's graduation. It was 2 of them. They were sitting there. They were like boyfriend and girlfriend, and they was in college, and they're kicking it with I think it was his family, or maybe it was her family. I don't know which one it was, but no, I think it was his family. And the girlfriend is there, and they're in college, and they're dating. They're talking about marriage, and when they get out, this and the third, and talking about this stuff like wow, you know what I'm saying? But that goes into the whole generational wealth and stuff that we don't, as Black people, really don't have, that the white folks do have, able to do. They're probably staying with their mom and dad or the grandparents, or probably college being paid by their parents and grandparents, and with and shoot, we up here with these student loans, and we don't have the wealth to pass down to our children. But anyway, let's get back to the story. Eboni K. Williams has social media in a frenzy over comments she made on her show regarding the MRS degree phenomenon that has everyone talking. In the now viral clip from Wednesday's episode of the Griot News with Eboni K. Williams, the host broke down a TikTok video showing white female college students showing off their engagement ring while at the graduations, and the phenomenon nicknamed the MRS degree. I said before, like I said, we do not live long enough to be able to afford to be one-dimensional in this world. Our kids walk across stage with a degree and will get up there and dance and do the latest dance, sashay, family in the back doing a bullhorn, that blowhorn not supposed to, twerk, snatch the mic from the white woman to say our name properly. But white girls, they walk with a degree in one hand and flashing an engagement ring on the other, because they've met a guy that they feel they want to spend the rest of their life with, who they want to help grow, because they know it's hard out here to do this by yourself. Smart people know it's hard to do this by yourself. You're not going to do it on your own. You're not going to be that strong, independent Black woman and get out here and make 6 figures like these lying-ass videos that be out here being pushed to you, in front of you every day. And you think it's going to happen to you, and really, hell, it didn't even happen to them. But they're making 6 figures off the courses that you want to buy to learn how to make 6 figures. Come on. But they understand in the real world, this is how you build wealth to create generational wealth. You start young. Do people not remember, especially Black folks like down here in the South, great state of Texas for sure. Maybe y'all don't know y'all family history. You don't know your mamas, your grandparents, shit like that. Probably know your daddies, whatever. But anyway, do y'all not remember when your grandparents had at least a dozen kids? Y'all didn't have grandparents like that? Maybe city-fied folk didn't do that. Because I know I only had 2 kids. I look back on now and say I wish I would have had more growing up. Wish I would have been able to. But if I wasn't living in the city, maybe if I was living in the country, living a country life, kind of farming, cost of living was down, kids would have been a real benefit financially, because they could have helped out around the house, grow the business, grow the farm, whatever the case may be. I probably would have done it. But living in the city, I understand it's hard. Kids are expensive. I get it. But y'all remember, y'all had the grandparents, great grandparents who, I know on my dad's side, my grandmother had 8 children. I know on my mother's side, I believe they had 12 or 13 kids. And I know, like I said before, like 4 of them, I think, passed away before the age of 13. Or whatever illness or whatever. But, they had a bunch of kids living in a 1, 2, maybe 3 bedroom house with like maybe the most, 2 rooms in the house. It had all these babies. They started young. They created started families young. I mean, hell, once you got grown, old enough to be able to take care of yourself, have your own, when our generation, when I graduated high school, we was able to graduate high school, get out, go get a job somewhere, anywhere, McDonald's, Walmart, warehouse, anywhere, and be able to afford a 1-bedroom apartment. And you get and do your thing and maybe meet somebody in the same predicament. Y'all get together and y'all mess around, get married or whatever, have a kid, create a family. And you're cool like that. Y'all go through your struggles together, your good and bad time, but you had children, but you started young. And and that be the life. But I said it before and I say it again, I think we have failed our daughters by telling them to go get your degree first. Get your education, become highly educated, then go find you a man. That's not natural. The human body, by the time you in your teens, starting to develop hormones and feelings to where it's time to procreate and create families. And you're telling, and we've told our daughters to wait. Now, I ain't saying got to make babies at 13. Hell no. Not in this, especially not in this country. Not in this westernized world. No. You don't want to have them at 18, 19. You do want them to wait till they're like in their 20s, like for real. Ooh, that'd be best. Oh, but early 20s, not late 20s, but we're telling our kids to wait at least 10 to 15 years before they go out and start dating or experiencing boys. But then we turn right around and say you need to date a whole lot of guys so you can figure out which one's right. That's wrong too. Y'all talk about this, women got this intuition about things, but it's only intuition if you think your man cheating. It's not intuition that's telling you, hey, that's a good guy and I think I need to stick with him. Check him out and see if it works. Nothing is 100% guaranteed. I know, I say it all the time, but how else you gonna succeed if you don't fail? If you don't try, you ain't gonna never succeed or fail. You just gonna be a failure in life and not accomplish anything. But we gotta, like I say, we as black people have taught our daughters wrong. In the past, like I say, they started young to create families. People say, oh, women, we doing this so we ain't got to depend on no man. We ain't got to put it with that, put it with this. Well, hell, we got to put it with y'all. We got to put it with each other. Come on, let's be honest. God doggone it, you are not perfect and we ain't either. We're not going to agree on 100% everything, and we're not going to hate against 100% everything. It's just life. Should we learn each other? We grow. Now, I wouldn't say, have babies at a young age, but shoot, what's wrong with having like a high school sweetheart? And then when you get out of college, you get married, and then y'all start developing this family, learn each other, still learning yourself. And then maybe after a couple years, then you have kids. See what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. That's probably, to me, for women, that's like the perfect, let me tell you, the perfect scenario for women, and I said this before, you either, you start young and you grow with somebody. And y'all go through the good and the bad with each other. Learn from having good role models, gravitating towards people who have been married for years, who will tell you how great and how bad it is. And you stick it out with each other. Find common things that like, and y'all do that with each other. And you stick it out at good and bad times. Or you get your older man. You get you a man who's established and, got his own house, maybe got a business, maybe been in his career for years, established, settled, and here you come with no babies. And here you come and, y'all, you married this guy who's older, which happened a lot too back in the day. And, start a family. Those are like the two perfect scenarios, because the older you get and you think you're going to find somebody your age, or even younger, that's going to deal with your personality, because as we get older, our personalities, man, they become set in stone, and it's hard to change. And if you in your once you're in your late 20s, your 30s, and your 40s, that's it. You are who you are for the most part. Ain't nobody want to deal with that. Just like you don't want to deal with us, right? So, like I said, the two best scenarios to increase your chances of a long, successful marriage is either, like I say, but the key is you're gonna be young. Or if you get older, then you get somebody you don't want to have kids. Your kids are grown, his kids are grown, and then y'all can and they out doing their own thing. You know, they ain't still living at home, living off you, and then y'all can get married like that, and you know, you'll hang out, go to bingo together, to some old, go to some Frankie Beverly Mays concerts together. Just see how y'all like each other's company, and then maybe eventually get married. That can work, but 2 out of 3 scenarios I mentioned, women, you're young, in your late teens, early 20s, trying to find that guy. Williams said on her own show that as Black women, marriage and partnership market value depreciates with every passing year, which is true. You don't believe me? Ask the men. Again, the men who you are trying to marry in partnership with, their opinion should matter a whole lot more than your homegirls who ain't got a man. She then urged young Black women, particularly those who are seeking marriage in their lives, to consider actively pursuing it during or right after their college years, as opposed to waiting it out. Like I say, it's true, because man, time goes by fast. Wow, am I? I'm in my late mid 40s. But Lord, damn, time goes by fast. I tell my kids, I tell the grandbabies, whatever, youngins, man, look, blink twice and you'll be my age. It can happen so fast when you're young. It takes forever to get out of grade school, right? Get out of high school, because when I was growing up, you want to hurry up and get grown so you can get out the house, do your own thing. Once you're grown, them years pass by so quick. And now, like I'm in my 40s, I'm like, dang, there's so much I wish I would have done, wanted to do, would like to change, that and the third, but ain't time you look up and you been in a situation for 10, 15, years and stuff like that. Like, God almighty, what the heck? So this is why, as a youngster, you got to pursue your dreams. If you want to be married one day, start young. Start looking and scoping when you're young. Go to church for a man, not for listening to preachers tell you how great of a single mother you are. Whatever. Don't go try to go club and find a dude. Don't go hang out in the corner. Go to events where people who are like-minded, and I don't mean, when I say like-minded, I mean positively like-minded. Not out here trying to bother and turn up and twerk up and stuff like that their whole life. Leave that crap alone. Go to places where upperly mobile, financially mobile people will go to hang out and have a good time. People where you can actually sit down and talk with them and learn about them, and they can learn about you and can see if, hey, maybe something can jump off. Things like that. Williams, who is single, let that sink in, ladies, and has been open about her desire to be a mother, share her own advice. If you are a young Black woman in college and you know in your heart and in your head that you want to prioritize. Now, she says prioritize family. Again, if you ain't prioritizing family, shoot, do what you do. But don't get upset in the end when the pickings are slim. I suggest that you simultaneously pursue that MRS degree right along with that BA or that JD. The bio clip, which only includes Williams' statement, seemed to have people split online, with some agreeing with her opinion, others pushing back. In the Instagram reel, which has over 150,000 views and counting the host of the Scotty and Sylvia show, Scotty Beam simply commented, "How are we not tired of this?" While the writer and podcaster Ty Alexander wrote, "Can we also stop putting all the responsibilities on women?" It's not that the people see, and that's what I'm saying. People get butthurt and get all emotional about when people say something. It's not that she's putting responsibility on women. She's putting, how do you say it? Having women hold themselves responsible for their own lives. That's what she's doing. Let me finish. It's an extreme, archaic topic. Fix the pool of men. See, See that crap there? And it starts at how we raise our young boys and how we raise our young girls, because it's a two-way street. Because women, if you're raising your daughters correctly, or how they should be raised, to love people, to look for people that love, know how to treat themselves as well as other people, know how to feel, to love themselves and love other people. When they get out into the world, they will be able to decipher between people who ain't no good for them and people who may just be potentially great for them. You understand what I'm saying? We have to raise our girls and our boys better. Some of y'all do. If your children can memorize, can sing every rap lyric that's on the radio, including Dirty Red, what's her name? Dirty Red or Musty Red? Sexy Red, I'm sorry. Ooh, Lord. Nicki Minaj, is she still rapping? I guess. What's the one that got shot in the ankles? Megan the Thee Stallion, and folks like that. Cardi B, the gangster. If they can memorize, I'm talking about your girls, because we know the boys can do. We know we can do it, and they can sing all them songs, and they can twerk, and got all these fire engine red hairdos and sky blue hairdos and little ass shorts that you can see damn in the little butt cheeks, and midriff shirts when they either too little or too big to be wearing them, trying to look all sexy, and these snuffleupagus eyelashes. If they can do that, but they can't write cursive, I'll put a book in front of them and they frown. If they can get on them laptops and them cell phones and play all this game and scroll through these YouTube videos and all this other stuff they shouldn't be watching. But like I said, they won't read. You tell them, hey, go in there and clean your room up, and they damn near pout. Tell them go in there and make themselves their own breakfast or their own lunch. Because by the time they're 7, 8 years old, they should know how to feed themselves a little bit. Can't dress themselves without dressing like hoochie mamas, like streetwalkers. If your child ain't in the choir, at least singing in the choir every Sunday, going to Wednesday night Bible study, or whatever religion that y'all should have, because I always say, whether you believe the stories of the Bible are real or not, it is a blueprint of life if you know how to read it and interpret it and understand what it's saying and truly want to study and you believe in the Most High and the high power. If you really in the scripture, I don't want to just say spiritual, because everybody who say they spiritual, don't be religious now for sure, but I'm spiritual now. Man, that means you just full of crap. But anyway, I'm really trying to get to the basic foundations of life and understand how to treat people and treat yourself. If your daughter ain't into that, you ain't raising your daughter right. I'm sorry. You're not prioritizing. Let me say, you're not prioritizing helping your child prioritize what needs to be prioritized in life, which is companionship and family. Because that's what we're here for, to procreate with a mate, with a husband and wife, and create families and be productive members of society. If you're not rearing your daughters that way, shit, you ain't doing no better than how we raise our boys. And we know y'all doing a piss poor job with these boys, because I done seen it. We see it every day. These boys are so feminine, it's ridiculous. And they don't do nothing. They pout, they cry, they whine about everything. It's ridiculous, man. Nobody want to hear that. So you need to raise your daughters and your boys right. But how do you do that? Oh man, that means the guy that you have the babies with, we need to go ahead and marry. Now I understand a lot of us have been in relationships and we jacked up. You know what I'm saying? We done had kids by people. Hell, even probably got married to people that we like, damn, what the hell was I thinking? But you tried and you tried and it didn't work. It happens. But raise your kids and make conscious choices about who they be with and who they lay with. And let them understand, like, hey, this type of guy in the future, I promise you, if you don't believe me, hey, my mama told me, my mama told me, I was hard-headed, didn't listen. Look, Go this route. Because for some reason, this route that we've been going, it ain't working for us. I'm tired. I'm old. I'm tired of going through this crap. I don't want to see you go through the same thing. Go this route. Don't you remember the good times James Evans used to tell Michael, man, you see these hands got calluses. I do this hard work because I don't want you to have to go through this. So I work hard to try to provide for you. So all you got to do is take your butt to school, get great grades, get to college, get a degree, become a lawyer, doctor, whatever you want to be. But because I didn't have the opportunity, but I'm going to give you the opportunity to do better. Not the same, not the worst, but better. If you ain't doing that for your daughters, don't sit there, or your sons, don't expect nothing better. Social media director and journalist Jerome Trammell commented on a clip that was reposted to the Shade Room, likening Williams' comments to those made by Kevin Samuels, writing, "It still doesn't solve the problem. It's one man for every 7 women, and there was no accountability put on men for them to step up and do better." What are you talking about? It's funny. I think most of the guys you hear online, and we're sitting here defending this and clapping for this, giving a hand clap of praise for this comment. A lot of us are better. I mean, shoot, I ain't trying to toot my own horn, but hell, I ain't in them streets. I'm a squirrel. I went to school, went to college, got a degree, got a career making pretty good money and trying to start my own businesses. Not side hustles, but legitimate businesses. I'm all right. What did it say? No accountability, step up and do better. Shit, I done stepped up and do better, but I had a great foundation with my mother and father in the house, been married for nearly 50 years. Shoot, I done better. I'm doing better. So what men are you talking about? Oh, and who were they raised by? I'm sorry, ain't got nothing to do with me. Speak, you know what I'm saying? Move on, speak about something else. Openly bisexual comedian Jay Jordan quipped in the comments, straights are struggling over there, y'all. Hell, y'all are too. Shoot, and matter of fact, I done seen like gay couples, especially like women, boy, they have it hard because women, y'all are emotional. I done seen them videos where y'all get mad at each other and then one of y'all end up in the trunk of a car because your girlfriend done put you there. I don't want to hear that. On the original post, Williams herself responded to a comment urging commenters to watch the full segment for content. This take is only for Black women that deeply desire a ring marriage and want to assess the optimum time for the most options. What's so hard about that? People like to read into something, want to hate something so much because they hate the path that they taken and it ain't worked out yet. So now they want to be mad when somebody say do something else. Like, no. I'm going to keep going until this works. Woman, it's not going to work. She said, if you want to have a family and want to optimize, increase your chances, and that's what I always say. Like I said, there's no 100% guaranteed foolproof way to do mostly anything in this world. But if you want to increase your chances of success, you keep all your options open. It's like school. You go to school, K through 12, you try to make all A's. You get in AP classes, you get in the tag. What's it called? It's called Gifted and Talented now, the GAT. Really. Used to be Talented and Gifted, the tag program when I was growing up. You try to get in that, you get into community work, you go to do the youth, what they call the youth. You can go to like to the courtrooms and be on youth trials, like juries and stuff like that. You do things, go work at the food bank. You be in some athletics, you be in some other clubs, extracurricular clubs, but you try to build your resume and you work hard to where you can go to school and get scholarships. So you have to get a bunch of student loans, if any. You work your tail off to get that. And you say, oh man, I'm gonna do all this. I'm gonna go to Harvard. I'm gonna go to Yale. I'm gonna go to Stanford. But when you get old, when it's to get close to that time and these schools, MIT or whatever, are not accepting you or responding, then it's like, well, maybe I go to Texas, UT. And then it's like, they not offering much. But then, maybe A&M, maybe Arkansas, maybe UTA, UTD, smaller schools, you can get in, which is easy to get into, but whatever. But you can get more money with these schools out of state. They want you to come out there and they'll pay you tuition, they'll pay for you to go to school, give you more money than you get in in-state schools. That's what happened like with my older daughter. Her first couple years, but anyway, you might have to end up going to a little Baptist university or something like that, and to get your degree. But what you did, and you talk to your advisors and they show you how to write these essays and apply for all these scholarships. You apply for everything. You throw it out there. Everything out there and hope something will stick. You prefer this to stick, but it may stick over here. But when someone gives you the best chance to keep moving forward into the end game, which is the degree and the career, you take all the chances you can, but you want to keep all your options open, as many options and opportunities open, so that way when it's time to make those decisions, you can choose for more, have more than one choice. That's what she's saying. She's saying for the most optimum time, for the most options. So when you're younger, let's just say you look when you're in your 20s as a woman, late teens, mid-20s, early 20s, is your optimum look as a woman, for the most part, when you're trying to catch somebody. Now, once you got them, shoot, that man gonna think you look good for the rest of your life. But people that you ain't got ain't gonna think, they're gonna like, man, I want old, like an old maid. Anybody want that cougar around? You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I knock her down. You know what I'm saying? She gonna break me off some money around, stuff like that. But other than that, like I said, when your optimum time where you just got dudes just jumping out the tree trying to be with you, your options are open. Now you take your pick because you're in control, right? So use your powers for good at the right time. This is only for women that hold an intrinsic value for marriage to a man of similar social standings. Y'all be sure to watch the entire segment and not run off with a headline. Yeah, man. It's in full context, segment included a conversation between Williams and Dr. Angelica Bean, Assistant Director at the Center for Women, Gender, and Global Leadership at Howard University, regarding the conversation and the differing priorities and responsibilities that Black women generally have compared to their white counterparts, citing popular pieces of advice given to Black women like go to school, don't get distracted, and be a good girl. Bean emphasized that looking for a partner may not be top of mind like it was for white female college students. Check out the full segment below, blah, blah, blah. I guess I'll leave the clip, the link in the comments. The link in the description box, since I just read that. But yeah, let's just reverse this right quick. Men, shoot, a lot of men want to be married. Now, a lot of times, but we know that a lot of times to catch a woman that we want, we got to have something. For the most part, now a lot of times we may look up and say go to school and find a young lady who's willing to deal with us and who, like T.O. said, has good chemistry and we can relate to, and we're both looking to build something. And that's a perfect scenario for all of them. So we go to school, we get our degree, we get our, we got our engagement rings, and we get out of college, then we get ready to get married. We go get married, and we building our houses because our parents, grandparents have left us a house. That generational wealth, what? It ain't happening. Oh, you guess you better be the one who gonna start it for your kids and your grandkids. Anyway, and we and we're trying to grow together and be like my parents. My dad was 24, my mom was 20 when they got married, I believe. But they're 4 years apart. 19 or 20 or whatever. But my mom, she was still going to college, and my dad, he had been working with the city, I think he said, for like 4 years. So he is already well on his way. But where they was living in the beginning, they were living with their brothers and sisters, right? They stay behind each other. That's how they met. Then I know they got apartment. They live in Grove Village, I think, at first. And anybody from the Grove know where they're at. And then there's some other apartments that's right there in the corner, like Jim Miller and Buck and Loop 12. I remember those apartments, then moved up to like a duplex, like right down, go down Jim Miller, just keep south all the way, then you cross over Loop 12 and you just run right into them. Used to be some duplex over there still there. Wouldn't drive through there now if I was y'all. Then we got a house on the east side of Pleasant Grove, like middle class. And then they moved up to a bigger house, and then they moved out to a bigger house with a bigger spread and stuff like that. But we talking as of this date, 40 something years in the making. It was no overnight rap success where, we're gonna get rich quick buying crypto, and buying these courses and show you how to make 6 figures tomorrow and how to beat the tax system and stuff like that. That ain't gonna work. They understand that it takes time and you gotta invest. And just like making money, some of the best investors will tell you, invest early, invest often, and live below your means. Put money into the stock market, buy stocks, and you don't need a lot. You start with a few dollars, but a few $100s a month or whatever. Use your tax return, put in the stock market, whatever. And watch that money grow over years. So by the time, because I tell my kids now, and look, invest, put it in the stock market, get your Roth IRA or whatever, mutual funds, and just put it in that. Do it while you're in your 20s and even till late teens, early 20s, do it. Because one day, God willing, you will be my age. And, God willing, we will be my parents' age. And by the time you get my age, come on, 20 something years investing, you can have a few $100,000, maybe even if the terms are good, getting some good investment, you can be a millionaire at my age, have millions in the bank, and then that money just gonna grow exponentially to the point of where by the time you my parents' age, shoot, you got tens of millions of dollars in the bank, and you can just ride off in the sunset and live the rest of your life, chilling. But it takes time, it takes effort. So like I say, you maximize your opportunities at the peak times. You find the peak time to get into it and you ride it out. And you will have peaks and valleys and stuff like that. But as time goes on, it's going to continue, the benefits will continue to rise. And then you get the age where you are looking at old pictures of your kids and you showing them to their boyfriend and girlfriends and their fiancés, laughing at how ugly you look, how ugly your kids look. You're looking back on the birthdays and the family reunions and the school functions, sporting events, the graduation. You're looking on all that, and like I said, all that stuff benefit, and that's the stuff you invested in, and those are the dividends you get when you get older. And you say, man, all I want to do is just spend some time. I got to the age I just want to spend time with my kids and my grandkids. Y'all just come by and see me now and then, man. I'll be great. But anyway, that's all I got for this video, man. Tell me what you think about this story. Like I say, just look at what she's actually saying. She's not saying this is what, she's just saying for those who, this is what you want out of life. This is the best way to increase your chances of being successful, getting in, finding that successful marriage and whatever. But tell me what you think about the story. Leave your comments below, then share it with the world. With that being said, I'll leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.